Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. Karibu sana. This is Corner Circle Member Education. We are happy and privileged to be hosting you today. There is nothing that gives us pleasure other than having our members or the owners of the circle actually having a conversation. Today we are going to have a wonderful conversation concerning the circle, concerning you, most important, and how we can actually continue growing and making this circle and yourself grow and become better. There has been a lot that has been said about circles ever since 20, 30 years ago. And I remember most of you that are young today and you're here, you remember how circles used to be. It was either a hassle to join, you needed to know people, or you had to have a common bond. And that common bond was either we work together, or we go to the same church, you go to the same mosque, whatever it is, that there was that common bond. And that's why circles were named after organizations. Today as we speak, Corner Circle is at the forefront of breaking all those barriers and ceilings and saying, why not bring everybody together? Because the common bond that we all have is fighting poverty. And that's the reality. And Corner Circle has built itself to become the home of wealth. Karibuni sana members. This is your circle, this is your place, and let's lead this conversation.
Hello members, welcome to the session. We are happy to engage you. My name is Judith Ndenga, the acting CEO. Karibuni sana.
Hi everyone, my name is Richmond Omari, and I'm glad to be here in this conversation of wealth creation.
So Judith, I know there's always this concern. You know, young people are feeling circles have always been for old people. And these old guys are akina my dad, akina Guka, you know, those older guys. Where do we come in? And what has Corner Circle done actually to just try and bring these people together, the young people?
That's a good question because ideally most citizens right now feel circles are for old people. But Corner is unique. Corner is not just a normal circle. Corner Circle is different. And how different are we? One, we have different products that are also are well tailored to cover the young generation. We have different segments that members can be able to enter through, whereby even the younger generation are able to join. We have we recently segmented our membership, whereby we have 3 doors where members can be able to join. And the door number 1 is for young generation, whereby they can be able to join as low as 500 shillings in terms of shares capital, minimum of 1,000 for the deposits, as well as also having products like loans up to 100,000 that they can be able to benefit from. Another thing is that we are digital ready, so it means any young member that wants to join and have any quick product, we are ready. Our products are at the top of your phone, so you can be able now to get a loan anytime and be able to embrace the technology that comes with it.
You want to tell me I don't have to fill in a form and go around to people to fill in for me so that they second me, introduce me and do all those things before I join Corner Circle?
No, you don't have to. You can have a loan at the comfort of your phone, up to 500,000 for those who are able to take a loan up to 500,000. You can take a loan up to the limit that you've been able to give you on your phone. There's a matrix that we can calculate your eligibility on, and you're able to take up a loan very easily. You're able to check your statements.
Let me pause you there.
Yeah.
You know, it's too sweet to be true.
Yes.
And sometimes, and what I've seen out there in the market, specifically in Kenya, that I can just join at the tap of a button.
Yes.
So that means I'm not limited in terms of borders.
Yes.
So let me bring Richmond into this conversation. Richmond, I know we discussed something about technology before this conversation today. And you mentioned to me, like Judith was saying, there are 3 doorways or 3 tiers of how people can be able to join. And I remember telling you that there's a university I went to and I was talking to students about how they can manage money from the time they're students all the way to looking for jobs, getting jobs, and eventually becoming the parents, whoever it is that they want to become, and the career people they want to become. So are you telling me Corner Circle is number 1 future ready in terms of technology, and you can absorb anyone even from the university?
So yes, from a technology bit, Corner is very ready for the younger generation. And we are very serious on this wealth creation journey for members. First, Corner previously had a higher threshold that had been set for deposit mobilization, especially the share capital bit of 40,000. However, we sat down and listened to members, specifically the younger generation. And that's why, as the CEO is saying, we did 3 doors, the Inuka category and the CQ category. So those take care of members in terms of their financial needs. But also, in terms of technology, we don't have branches, which people might see as if it's a disadvantage. But if you check at the industry standard, our self-serving channels are very, very powerful. Our mobile banking, CornerPay, is very powerful. And basically, actually, per day, we are doing 30 million loans on a daily basis.
Disbursement of 30 million.
30 million.
And that is online.
That's online.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The dignity of the customer is taken care of, especially our members. It's taken care of when they borrow some of the products. We have a corner loan, last year disbursing 3.1 billion shillings.
Wow.
Actually, 19,000 times in 2025 specifically. So that is dignity that is taken care of by Corner Sacco. This has not also been, again, by us. It has been come through members depositing and patronizing the product, specifically the corner loan product.
Yeah. So Inuka is for those guys that are coming into the economy. How do we call it? The guys who are now starting to make money, they have an opportunity, they have pocket money here and there, and they can be able to save. So let me just get a little bit deeper. When we talk about Inuka being for those young people, so give me an example. How much are they supposed to contribute per month? How much can they access either as loans? Do they earn dividends? Do they earn interest on the savings they have? Because I can tell you, younger people nowadays are more into, can I buy this and sell and make my money and do whatever I want with the extra money? So please break it down a little bit more.
So for Inuka, we sat down and thought and said, okay, when we ourselves were also students at one point, and we said, do we have money? That question is a very generic question to answer. So yes, there's always money, depending on how you do your small management.
I agree with you.
And it's basically a responsibility that each Kenyan has to make a decision and say, now there's opportunity for economic inclusion into the wealth creation process. So the door has been opened in terms of the category. Now, share capital previously was 40,000 and every member. But now for the Inuka, the students specifically, the share capital is 10,000, and they're given a 1-year period for them to raise that 10,000 eligibility threshold. And why do we say 10,000, for example? The SACCO principle requires that each member owns a share of the SACCO. So we said, okay, since our members have actually led and have actually moved forward, especially the Crown members, why don't we lend a helping hand to the younger generation, specifically the Gen Zs and students specifically, to start that journey of economic inclusion into the wealth creation process. On a monthly basis, the minimum they're supposed to pay is 1,000 shillings per month. Now let's go on a daily basis. 1,000 shillings per day comes around 33, 34 shillings per day. That's lunch money that they could have saved and gone to their future process. Saving is actually a habit or a culture, as people say.
It's a culture.
So if you start that habit as early as possible, you will see wonders in terms when you reach around 40 years. And that means you'll have a journey of around 20 years to reach the 40 years. And time is the multiplier of that. So that's the process I'm basically saying.
So Inuka is for young people.
For the students
and
specifically.
you're actually enabling what we call economic inclusion.
Not financial inclusion.
Not financial inclusion. Economic inclusion.
Economic inclusion. Yes.
How do they do it? They say, that's it. Yes. So there you guys have it. You have it, and you've actually nailed it by including them into this, into the economy, so that they can play a role in it.
Yes.
You mentioned something, Crown, and you said Crown for those that have made it. So I'm looking at Judith, those that have made it, like Judith now. Judith, tell me about Crown members.
Crown actually is the middle in terms of the members who have been able to been able to get into the professional space. They're able to earn a monthly salary. They have stable income basically. So they're able to meet a monthly contribution of 3,000 per month. They're able to attain the minimum shares of 40,000. So these are people who we have opened doors of loans up to 100 million. So these are people we know when we lend to them at 100 million, they're able to grow, they're able to create wealth. So these are the Crown. So
are they building roads?
No. They're creating wealth, sustainable wealth for themselves.
Now I see the home of
Yes.
wealth.
Yes, we are the home of wealth for sure.
You see the 100 million?
Yes.
Let it sink.
Yes.
Okay. Continue.
Has it sunk?
It's sinking. It's sinking.
Yes. But you don't have to get to 100 million on day one. It's an investment that takes time.
It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process. It's a journey. You start with small loans, and then you grow your business to bigger investments. So that's where we have the crown. Yeah.
Okay. Then what is the third category?
So we have the seed queue specifically, and we thought again and said, there are other members who might have crossed the 23 years threshold. That means they have finished campus. And as they are doing their journey of, working in maybe an internship and all that process, they might feel again 40,000 is a high threshold for them. So we said, what is the place where you start your inclusion again? So 20,000 from members again. They say 20,000 is a bit of something that we could achieve in a year's time in terms of share capital. Now, on a monthly basis, 1,500 are contributing 1,500 shillings per month as a minimum, so that we again open the doors for many members to be economically included. What we've now actually seen, currently speaking, is, and I think it's Kona is spearheading this journey.
Okay.
As most circles are saying about Gen Z is talking, Kona is practically doing 33% as we speak.
Of your membership?
Of the membership. New membership joining the circle are actually Gen Zs. Now,
in the market, they say 30.
Yes,
33.
Yes,
you guys are there.
Yes, we
and we are now scratching the
surface. That's a good number.
We are scratching the surface.
That's a good number. Wow.
And when we look at this, it shows that there are some things Kona is getting right. Secondly, the branding of Kona, you understand? Circles again have been places where people just went and when you want to borrow something or do something, they told the policy. So Kona, yes, we have said yes, there's policy. But even by the categorization, we have seen that we are listening to people a lot and saying, okay, we're welcoming members to the circle and say, look, this is something that we own as the members. So if I want a loan product, it is not defined by only myself. It can also be defined by the member. And they say, look, this is the opportunity I see for wealth creation. Can you lend me, capital for me to actualize it? Now the circle, since Kona has built very, very strong structures in terms of risk management and risk assessment, the credit team will assess you and all that. And now again, since we said we are member centric, if you qualify, yes, you get the disbursement. If you don't, we'll tell you why you did not qualify, and it will be a responsibility of the member and the circle to have both the relationship to work together and say, if it's a negative CRB listing, what is the issue? Can you sort yourself out there? So we are keeping on encouraging members that, look, we have the capital basic for them to come and borrow strategically to grow assets. And I think Judith will talk more about assets to define to members, not everything is an asset.
I know that there are assets and there's also what you call flossets. And Kenyans sometimes we confuse those two things. They are not in the same WhatsApp, but we tend to put them in the same WhatsApp group. You mentioned something that is very important, that when somebody borrows and they don't qualify for that loan, it's not just a no. So you guys are not just about transactions.
No.
It's about inclusion.
Yes.
You've moved beyond that, and now you come back and you have a discussion and look at it from Angola. So if it is me, Eric, why you didn't qualify for the 10 million you wanted? Oh, sorry, you need to get used to 100 million. I didn't qualify for the 100 million, but maybe I would have qualified for 70, but these are the reasons. So you work again with me to make sure that I qualify so that I end up still doing the same thing I wanted to do.
Yes.
Some are home of growth.
It's the home of wealth.
Home of wealth. This is it, growth and wealth. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, we also need to talk about something, and I know you will talk about assets. But for now, before we get to there, let's also look at why SACCO? To be honest, why SACCO? Isn't there aren't there options? We have banks, we have all these other things. Why SACCOs, and why specifically Kona?
For Kona, why Kona? Kona is a community. We normally call ourselves Kona ni ushirika, because we come together to create wealth. The purpose of Kona is for members to come together with a common purpose of having a community of members who have a visionary purpose, who are visionary. They want to build their wealth together. They have a common goal of ensuring that they lend to among themselves with dignity and pride. So that's why we are here. We are here to enable every member to have loans, to access loans, have a financial inclusion arm to it with pride, and be able to ensure that even if you don't afford a loan today, we can be able to help you grow towards achieving your financial goal. So basically, for Corner is working with you through the financial journey, being part of the community, and be able to serve you with dignity and pride, and not only today, but today and to the future.
And into the future.
Yes.
So not just looking at this person where they are today, you're looking at them futuristically, and also looking at other people they can include, because like you said, ushirika is, I remember I used to do home fellowships. We used to call them ushirika za nyumbani. So ushirika is fellowships of people getting together. I like the words you keep on using, that people can borrow with dignity. It speaks a lot to the way, I know 2020, 2021, things happened. And in Kenya, guys who had borrowed, we saw them being exposed and all those things. We are going to discuss about borrowing responsibly, which is a big thing here in Kenya. And ladies and gentlemen, you'll agree with me that not most of us borrow responsibly. And as a financial coach, there's one thing I've also come to note, that most of us borrow for consumption. I'm not talking about Corner Sacco. I'm just talking about generally what I see and the numbers I see and the people interact with, because most people borrow for consumption. In the year 2024, unfortunately, we had 98% of Kenyans borrowing to consume. Now, the worst thing is this, that majority of them were borrowing to consume at the till. That till could be at a restaurant, it could be at a bar, it could be at a supermarket, it could be at a car wash, it could be at a petrol station. And that said a lot about why Kenyans were borrowing, because our expenses, we tend to ignore the fact that expenses will always go up, and we avoid that fact. So I just wanted us to have a discussion about borrowing responsibly. I know you've mentioned that, one, you train members, so there's a lot of webinars that you do concerning borrowing. Then the next thing is that you allow them to borrow with dignity. There is no shenanigans when people are borrowing, and even when they have not been able to repay, you engage them through a process. And now you're encouraging and opening a door for them to come in and say, hey, here I am, I'm lifting up my hand, there's something that is not right. What is it that you can do as my SACCO to help me, because I'm a member? And remember, as a member of the SACCO, you are part of the owners of the SACCO. Thank you. Always remember that, that you are an owner, not just a bystander. You're here as an owner. So there's some few tips I want to give about borrowing. And I hope you will agree with me that, number one, when you borrow, and this is very important, you have to borrow on 3 premises. This is a golden rule. Please remember this. Number one, borrow against an asset that will grow in value. I repeat, an asset, not a faucet, an asset that will grow in value. Number two, if it is also an asset that cannot grow in value, then make sure that asset can generate an income. Why can it generate an income? Because it needs to generate an income to repay the loan. Because always remember this, that whenever you borrow, the lender is always above who? The borrower. And the borrower tends to be the person that responds to everything that the lender demands. And that's why it's very important for you to choose where you borrow from. Because when you borrow from other people that are very commercial and transactional, what happens to you? Whenever you default, first thing they do is to shame you. And secondly, they come for that thing. And they are not the only ones, including other institutions that you cannot even imagine. They will come for everything and anything that is in your name just to make sure they get it. So please don't forget, number two, it should generate an income. And number three, you should be able to repay without changing your financial plans. And what do I mean? And I want to give this example, and maybe you will help me to answer this. I have seen this with many places. For the short years I've lived, I've seen this, that if a member maybe was contributing 5,000 into their savings for 2 years, so that means 5,000, that's 60 times 2, 120. And let's say I'm in the crown level, and now I can qualify to actually borrow times. If it's 120, how many times can I borrow?
Times 5.
Times 5.
5 times 10, it depends.
Why are you shocking me?
Yes.
Yes.
Muhame.
It is the truth.
So when we talk about, let's just give it a simple example of times 4. What people out there are used to. Okay, times 5.
Times 5, yes.
Okay,
Very
times
nice.
5. 600. Sasa. So I borrow 600, and let's say, for instance, you give me a repayment of 21,000. And the minimum contribution for that member could be, what is the allowable minimum contribution? 1,500 or 3,000?
Between 3,000 to 1,200.
Good. Now, in many cases, when you give me that repayment of 21, what do most Kenyans do?
They want to reduce their deposits.
They reduce their deposits and
Cater for them.
to cater for the
the
balance, so that now
balance.
they start focusing on the repayment.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's not right. Do you know what you should do? You should actually continue saving your 5,000 and repaying at 21, and that's the golden rule cycle. Because if you can afford to do the 26, in another 5 years, let's say, or 4 years after you're done with your loan, now we are talking about you having grown your savings. Let's assume it was for 4 years. So we were doing 60-60, we had 120. Now the next 4 years, how much have we built towards our deposit? We have added another. That's 60 times 4. 60 times 4, which is 240. 240 plus 120 is 360. Now, most of you that would have gone to the 1,000 minimum, you would have done a disservice to yourself. Do you know why? You'd have the 120 that you had the first 2 years. Then the next 4 years, you'd only have 48,000. 120 plus 48 is 168. So if these were 2 people, one continued with what we have just advised now, and they end up at having a 480, and this other guy has 168.
Yeah.
Now there's another opportunity again to buy an asset.
And more dividends.
And more dividends again.
And more investments and savings for your future.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's a gain to you.
If you think about it, it's the same way. If a lion is chasing you, you'd run faster.
Yeah.
If a tortoise is chasing you, you'd run not very fast.
Not even run.
The thinking is around this.
Exactly.
Again, we are chasing poverty away from our members. And it's very deliberate. But as I agree as you're saying, so if you want to lower your savings, it means you're not moving very fast to achieve that number that you want to achieve.
Exactly.
Because and again, I agree with you. Most people don't have a clear plan and say, what is that number that you're looking for that will give you financial freedom? And financial freedom moves you to make decisions, take charge of your time.
Exactly.
So again, the circle, especially corner, is a very deliberate place where people can actually make that decision and say, that's the number. And it's practically proven. Our members, some have currently, they have not maybe reached the end of their journey, their number. But they're in the progress. Some have 20 million in their savings, some have 5 million, some have 500,000, some have 200,000. It shows you, yes, they might have not reached that journey, but they have actually
They're heading
started
somewhere.
If you ask most of them how they started, they'll not say that they started with saving 200,000. No. You'll be shocked that most of them started with the small things. 500,
now,
1,000. You'll even find some savers have saved for, Kona is now 25 years. Some have saved for 25 years. If you ask them, for the younger generation, that is actually a challenge. If you ask these members, when they were starting, it was a difficult thing for them to do. But someone saving for 25 years, now it's a norm. It has not become actually that. The first thing when they're paid from their business opportunities or their salaries, the first thing they do is pay
themselves. Yes. Exactly. And I like the angle that you're also bringing into play, that not only do we borrow responsibly, but there's something else you're bringing into play, which is pay yourself. Pay yourself first before anything. We normally say this in financial coaching, that we work so hard, we take care of everyone, we take care of everything. In fact, we even pay guy wa kinyozi. That guy for the kinyozi and the lady for the salon and the one who does your nails. We make sure we pay them. But who pays you? And if you don't start putting money aside intentionally for growth, because this is a home of growth, this is a home of wealth. How else do you grow your wealth? How else do you grow your money? Because you have to be very intentional. And I think as we continue with this, I'm getting ideas. You know, the worst thing about having a live session is you get ideas and you're thinking, okay, can we do this? Can we do this? So this is what I'm thinking. That we need to have more conversations concerning financial planning, especially for our members. Because our members out there, some of them have had things that confuse them. Some of them hear things of, oh, this guy is a billionaire, this guy is a multi-millionaire, this guy can borrow up to 100 million, and Eric is there shocked, oh, people can borrow up to 100 million. And we forget that there's a journey. There's a journey of patience. There's a journey of protection. There's a journey of borrowing responsibly. There's a journey of managing your lifestyle and your income. And eventually there's a journey of paying yourself first. And guess what? Finally, at the end, there's another journey called retirement that will eventually come. So Corner Circle is a home of wealth. And as we say so, it's not just anchored on one item. So the idea I had was this, and CEO, you will tell members, can we break down this conversation into many other conversations so that we talk about savings and investment on its own. We talk about debt management. We talk about we talk about maybe managing income, or actually how to move from active income to portfolio income, then eventually to passive income. Can I get commitment? We can break down this conversation to those levels.
Yeah. So you want me to break now, or
no? You tell me whether we can get that conversation going on, so that now this does not become a one-time thing. It's a member education. It becomes what you call. We are moving away from transactions. That one we've agreed. So now we are moving towards a home of wealth and growth. And that means we need to have continuous conversations. Let me just give you a high five if you'll do that.
We will do that.
Good one.
And actually, the sessions are ongoing. From the beginning of this year, there have been several sessions towards engaging members and ensuring that they build their wealth. From the time they join as a NUCA all the way to Crown, there's a journey. There's a process. There's investments that are in between. There are loans that they can take. There are education sessions that they need. So this conversation has been ongoing, and we guarantee that there's still
it's going to go on. Wonderful. Wonderful.
Actually, it's not even a slogan. You know, wealth is usually, what is wealth creation? You have an idea. What is the next thing people, when you're at school, you say, what is the challenges of actually not achieving your wealth? You say,
you have ideas, but you have lack of capital, lack of resources.
Now, ideas, when they meet capital, what happens? And capital should be either affordably. Now, in this country, you know, there are options. You either have venture capitalists, you know, investors. That's one phase. You either are born in a rich family or not. But there are other people here who have leverage. And they have pulled their resources together. Actually, our deposits are 10.9 billion. Resources that are there. Access, each member does not have all the access, all the ownership, but the access is there. Now they have ideas. But the challenge actually to members is, look, all these ideas you're speaking about, you're thinking about, because every business that exists in this country is not that building, it's the idea.
It's the idea, very true.
Principle around that business. So where is the place you get capital? You make a decision and say, where do I start my capital? Where do I look for that capital? Again, Corner becomes the best place. So that's why I agree with the CEO. It's not just a slogan. It is actually a brand promise and a lifestyle that we have changed and say, no, we are not only a circle. No, we are the home of wealth creation.
I like
and
that.
we want to walk that journey with the members and say, all these ideas you have, even from a product creation, as she's saying, that commercial product was not developed in time. Came from members saying, why could you not lend us up to 100 million shillings? Especially for those guys who want to build apartments and all that. Because previously, I think the maximum was around 30 million shillings. That could not suffice for some members who felt they had ambitions that could build more wealth. So, Corner has already shown, and it is a journey that we have to work with everyone. That look, even for these vehicles called products, that they can also be co-created between us who understand the risk management bit very well and members who are actually the guys seeing the opportunity at the ground and the economical level. So we have the discussion, and you can come borrow affordably and do their asset creation and their wealth creation process and repay the circle. And who is the circle? The circle is not Richmond or Judith or you, the SACCO is the same member. So the member has now two hats. Yeah, there's the shareholder hat. So he benefits as
the shareholder.
Then he also benefits by wealth creation. So I don't see the risk there. Actually, I see lots and lots of opportunities. And lastly, for the younger generation, they always say the SACCOs are old school. That's a very beautiful thing and a beautiful opportunity. Yes, SACCOs are old school. Yes, our leadership and our members have actually challenged even the regulatory bodies to change SACCOs to make them not look younger but youthful. Youthful in terms of ideas. Because, you know, some are older in terms of age, but still maintain the youthful.
The young heart.
So the challenge even to the Gen Zs is for Kona. You see the opportunity for joining the SACCO. You are actually two things in the start. You are a shareholder and you are a member and a customer. But also, the opportunities for the Gen Zs to come to the board level. Because there are criteria that we set for people sitting at the board level. So they can come again and challenge us in the way this SACCO could move forward.
So they can rise into leadership and share their ideas and sit at the table and make decisions as an owner and a shareholder.
That
will be able to move the SACCO to the next level.
Forward. Because all this that we call our regulations that exist today, one day were actually brought about by some people. So it's actually a discussion between all stakeholders to see how do you move the cooperative movement forward.
Yes.
Great. I like that. And there's something you said, that there is access and there is ownership. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm hearing here as members is that we own, but most important, we have access. That means I can access up to 100 million. Though I don't own 100 million, but I'm the owner of 1 million or 2 million or 3 million within the SACCO, but I can actually be able to access. And that's a beautiful thing, which is supposed to change your mindsets from thinking that borrowing is a burden, but borrowing is a journey and part of creting wealth.
Actually strategic.
Borrowing.
Strategic borrowing. I agree with you.
The top organizations, they have two options: either raise investor capital, which means they reduce their equities, or they can make a decision and say we go for debt financing. You can either go for debt financing commercially or from a SACCO which you are again the owner.
And now, for Kona, there's a unique problem because we have 62% of our members who don't borrow. So you have access, but you don't borrow. So we have, even the current asset base we have for loans, it's only covering about 40% of the assets we have. So we are encouraging members to borrow, but borrow responsibly. You have access, you have deposits. Let it not just sit there, but let the deposits flip the wealth for you. Because we have noticed that some of the members who save don't have plans in terms of why am I joining the SACCO? Do you have a short-term plan? Do you have a mid-term plan? Do you have a long-term plan? So you should, as you join the SACCO, ensure that you have a plan. What is my short-term plan? This is my short-term plan. What is my mid-term plan? This is my mid-term plan. So that you can borrow responsibly and be able to unlock your goal. Because when you join, there's a purpose, there's a reason why you joined.
Of course.
So you should be able to ensure that you're achieving the milestones as you progress. As you save that 1 shilling today, 2 shillings tomorrow, what is my goal? Am I transferring these particular deposits into investments, or am I just saving for the sake of saving? So that is a discussion that members also need to do and be able to tap in on the products that we give.
So accessibility is there.
Yes, it is.
Ownership is there.
Yes.
But some of us have 62% have refused to access.
Yes.
Let me tell you one thing I learned, and someone once told me, you know, these conversations you have with someone, and they're going through something, but they still have a lot of wisdom to share with you. And someone shared this, that in life you're either paying interest or earning interest.
Yes.
But he told me, I need to flip it in your mind, Eric. He told me you need to do both. Earn interest as you pay interest, because that allows you, gives you the leverage. At the same time as you're creating more money, you're also paying something out there. But at the same time, you're also creating an opportunity for yourself to be earning. And remember this, at some point, you will not be able to pay the interest, because where you've gotten to, you've been able to build wealth, and now it becomes what you call passive income. The things I did The wealth I grew through the Corner Circle as a member, now I'm getting to a level where the interest I am earning from this wealth I've been building is more than enough to allow me to live. Or actually, I've been able to outdo my paycheck. And that is when we say, now you're ready to retire. You're ready to take a backseat and allow others to come into the game.
Yeah.
Now, asking that, I know there's quite a lot that is happening right now in the industry. And I know, Richmond, when we discussed, you told me there's quite a lot that Corner Circle is doing about revamping your products or your solutions that you offer to your customers. What are the top 3 you'd like your members today to know? That top 3, on top of the mind, this is what we've done either to revamp, or this is what we've done to this product to make it better, or this is one product that you guys don't know about. It's there, but you're not taking advantage of.
So top of mind, and I know they had difficult conversations for to do. So we extended the repayment period for our Fanikisha product because we wanted to ease off, the monthly repayments for members. So we moved the months from 96 to 108 months. So at least to ease the pressure for members. I'll answer the other one, then I think Judith will take one, especially she'll speak more on the GWSH opportunity as well. So that's a big opportunity for members because the loan limit there is 30 million. And now speaking about access, the multiplier is times 5. What that means ideally is if you have 5 million shillings, you can be able to access 25 million. And so that the only requirement there is show the ability to repay that 25 million shillings. Again, big opportunities for business people who want to invest in capex intensive projects. So as you're saying, that capex is sorted out affordably because capex could be intensive when you're setting up a business. You're sinking money in and you're starting. Because if you're borrowing commercially, that Fanikisha product becomes the best product. Last year, it was the second product in terms of disbursement. For this year, it's nearly even moving as the top, competing with our Corner product as the top product. We actually have disbursed around 1.9 billion shillings on that product.
Wow. Lots
of it also came from people buying off the commercial loans, which were at around 18%, and the circle interest at around 12%. And allow the CEO at least to speak around them, then give the share opportunity.
So there's also an opportunity for members who don't borrow, the 62%. And it could be that we have not been able to educate them well enough to know that there are products that they can borrow up to 0.9% per month. So that is 11% per annum, up to 20 million. So you borrow within your savings and the loan is issued the same day. You don't need so many paperwork. You just provide your loan application form, or you just log into iConnect, apply, we receive the notification, we disperse your loan. So know that there are opportunities to unlock loans within your deposits at 11% per annum, 0.9% per month. Additionally, we have loans like Corner. We have the circle that has, you can access a loan up to 500,000 on your phone, without having to engage anybody in terms of checking my eligibility, what should I attach, no documentation. Go into your Corner Pay app, log in, and apply for a 500,000 loan instantly. So that is also an avenue that even members who can access loans within their savings, or even those who have loans already can be able to access. MSMEs use it very well, and even members in business, they are able to turn over their business overnight. If you need to restock, you just borrow Corner and you're able to restock at 500 up to 500,000, or depending on your limit, we have a matrix that is able to give you a limit and you're able to borrow. So basically, there are loans that you can be able to access without even having to walk into our offices. Just log into your iConnect or your Corner Pay, apply, and you'll be able to grow your wealth. So there are opportunities that members should leverage on. The opportunities that they may not be knowing, and that's why we are here to educate them and to be able to allow them to access these products at the comfort of their homes.
Great. Now that you're listening to this, you know what I'm thinking is, am I getting questions? Are there questions coming through? Because we need to answer these questions live. If you have any question, I know there are questions you had collected, but please keep them coming. We want this conversation to be member-led. You, Corner member circles, lead this conversation. Ask that question that you've always wanted to ask. If this is the first time you're hearing about you borrowing up to 500,000, 0.9, 11%. even lower than the normal rate of 12%. And that's a unique solution that you guys have.
It is, I think.
And I think everyone should know. There's one thing I've always known, that people who think more saving tend to be scared about borrowing. And I've never known why. And for me, I was one of those people. That I just used to think of save up until either the interest I'm earning or the dividends I'm earning can actually replace my income. But when I met this guy who told me, dude, you need to understand there's a difference between paying interest and earning interest, but striking that balance, that intricate balance is very important to strike it. So, uko nyumbani, we ni muoga, you're out there, you have brothers and sisters who keep on borrowing you money, and you wonder, uku kutaendwaje, tell them to become a member of the circle. Whenever they ask you to borrow, mwambie jiitishie. Whenever they ask you for money, jiitishie kwa simu yako hata 500,000 na unipe change. Umeweza mojuja.
Actually, I like what you're saying. The thinking there then shifts for our members to say, because they could be saving only. The thinking there is expand the way we think kidogo. And say, what are the opportunities that are there in my market for me to create, an extra shilling? And that extra shilling, then as I said, the ideas are there. Maybe the only training we need to teach members, and it's part of our member education moving forward, risk assessment. But some of our members understand that, how to assess their business, what is the opportunity as well. But the capital bit of that idea execution lies within the circle.
Exactly.
So that instead of being afraid to pay that interest, as you're saying, it's leverage basically. Where do you get the capital? You either get from investors, and investors will take
the most. Take the most out of it.
Out of it, and it's also a process as well. But these members as well, we have actually, because I'm a member again, we have actually given our equity to Corner Circle as a shareholder. And then the access in terms of capital is there. I'm welcoming all members. We may not have some products. Let's come and see. We've done a lot of products with some members, pilot projects with some members, and especially our top saver categories. We've done lots of pilots with them and actually delivered loan products with them. So we come, we sit, we assess, and we avail capital. Because that's the work of Corner Circle. We don't farm. Corner Circle. We don't sell land. Our business
is to provide capital.
Provide capital access to the same shareholders who are our members.
And these members have the capital. And all you're saying is, come access. There's always this other element of wealth management that we call protection. So protection comes in many different angles. It could be issue of trust. How can we trust that our money is safe? What systems are you using? Is cybersecurity a threat to us? Have we been threatened once in a while? Or even trusting the process of getting something. Then there's also the concern of course, protection in terms of what if something was to happen to me and I have a loan with the circle? Or I don't even have a loan, but I'm no longer there. What would happen to my next of kin? What is the process of them getting or accessing that I used to have as a corner member circle?
Okay. Thank you for that question. That's a good one, because that's actually the backbone of the circle. Trust is the backbone of the circle or any financial institution. What does Corner does? First of all, Corner is regulated by SASRA, so it means the standard of checks that we go through is thorough and of high standards. So definitely you guarantee that your savings are being regulated, they are being monitored, they are being checked to confirm that they are as you deposit. We ensure that whatever you deposit is what you will see in your statement, and you'll be able to follow through and confirm that it's the accurate position of what I've saved. What are we doing to ensure that the cybersecurity threats are curbed? Yes, nowadays cybersecurity is a matter of when. And also what you should be doing is to ensuring that you cover all the loopholes in terms of ensuring you have a good team on the ICT department. You, as the CEO, you have to ensure that you keep your ears on the ground to ensure every section of the cybersecurity space is well covered. The teams are trained in terms of cybersecurity. You have a team that focuses on cybersecurity full time. So that is what we have ensured that we ensure that members' monies are safe. Additionally, we have a cover. We have the benevolent cover where members can be able to contribute a small portion. Like we've been, as Kona, we've been able to leverage from 300 shillings all the way to 600 shillings, 1,200, and you cover your next of kin in terms of your 4 siblings. You're able to cover yourselves, your children, and your in-laws. So that means in case of any emergency, you're covered in terms. There's no mchango in terms of having to circulate papers or call your relatives to support you in terms of covering your funeral expenses. We also have a credit life cover, whereby in case, God forbid, we lose a member, you're able to benefit up to 200,000. So your next of kin is given up to 200,000 to cover your funeral expenses. So that means now, even as they wait for your loan, for your deposits to be
maybe transferred to them,
you already have a cover that has already taken care of the basic funeral expenses,
the immediate expenses.
So this also at least has some comfort. For Kona, we go to an extent of calling your next of kin to tell them to share the documents that are relevant to be able to process
the claim.
So no next of kin will pay your loan, whether it's a mortgage or it's a normal loan, it's a short-term loan, a mobile loan. Even if you take the loan today and something happens tomorrow, God forbid, it's covered. So that's the comfort that Kona comes with. You're able to be sure that once anything happens, Kona will ensure that your next of kin has access to your funds and does not pay any of your liability, so unless you are in default.
Allow me to just, I'll come back to default.
Yeah.
Allow me to interrupt you there. You know what is coming to mind immediately is that I am here today, I'm scared of taking loans because if I take a loan and something happens to me, they will come for this property.
Yeah.
So what you're confirming is that members, 62%, 62. You the 62%, there's something we need to do about you. The 62% should not be scared that if I took 10 million to build that home for my family, that home will still belong to my family if I am no longer there.
Absolutely.
So that means Kona Sacco helps me to even have that, what you call an invisible hand of provision.
Correct.
So I am providing, but I am not there. So the question I wanted to ask is this. Unless I was defaulting, number one, and number two, the other thing is, what if it is not death? What if it's a critical illness? What if it's a permanent disability?
Correct.
Is that also covered?
Correct. Actually, we cover permanent disability and even critical illness. We have a list of critical illness that we cover, and we've been able to have a webinar to take members through our cover, our credit life cover, and they're aware on the products that we are able to cover, the type of illnesses we are able to cover. Yes, we do that.
Even the 62% no?
Yes.
So
they should join webinars and know what exactly do we offer. Yes.
So
they are covered.
And that's why we are doing these lives, so that those guys who are even in the diaspora, please let us know where you're joining us from. Just type there and say, I am in Saudi, I am in the US, I am, where is your favorite? Minnesota. And Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
All of you guys, wherever you are joining us from, please let us know where you're joining us from, so that other members can feel the ushirikiano ambao tuko nao. So when it comes to protection, I know Judith has really gone into credit protection, benevolent. What else do you do to protect members from any other eventuality? What products do you have? Or maybe safeguards that you've put in place to just make sure that member deposits are safe over and above what Judith has just mentioned?
I think in terms of deposits, as she said, the biggest currency becomes trust and governance. So the members, and Kona has survived for 25 years. And not survived, has actually prospered.
You guys have been thriving. Hakuna survival.
Yes.
And this I challenge members to even look. And sometimes when you sometimes have a positive thing, you might not know until you sometimes check yourself and look at others.
Do a comparison.
For a Sacco the size of Kona, which is around 20,000 currently speaking.
Membership.
In terms of membership. There are very few who have an asset of, we actually reach 15 billion. In total assets. That was yesterday.
I saw it circulating. I saw it circulating.
Yeah. What does that show you? It shows you that these members have actually deposited money, set governance rails, because governance is basically the guardrails that have been set. The Kona has never had a board member sitting for 25 years. So we've not had one person sitting.
Longest serving chairman.
No, it is no longer serving chairman. What does that show you for an organization? Yes, it's a Gen Z organization. 25 years is basically a Gen Z.
Yeah.
But this Gen Z has matured enough to handle 15 billion shillings. That shows you again a very good job to the members in terms of governance, because it's the same board. Members and board are the same. So it's the same. Where we create our board is from the members. So members have done a good job again to patronize the circle. So I'd say that is the guardrail that has been in terms of protection. We have lots of, the other thing that I agree with Judith is basically a benevolent product. Maybe let me explain the thinking behind. For Corner Circle, which is the biggest asset we have, the same members. The same members, unfortunately, are not there. In the unfortunate event of death of a member or death of a relative or maybe that means a spouse, a loved one, their children and all the in-laws. That is why the benevolent product was built upon. If that same member goes to maybe the financial sector, especially the insurance sector, and negotiate on a personal level, the rates could not have come to that.
Yeah.
It would be up.
Because we have the 300 per month premium product that covers to around 400,000 shillings for the whole family, and the highest 1,200 shillings, covering up to 850,000 shillings. So those premiums, why again has Kona been able to do such? It is because these 20,000 members, if they all come and contribute that premium, not all of them again have joined that product, but if they use that benevolent cover, again, you have a negotiating arm to the underwriter of risk of that death occurring to give us lower premiums and higher values. However, moving forward, there are lots of wealth protection directions that will go. I know we are regulated a bit tighter, especially our regulator, and it's okay. But we know partnership arms could work, especially for those people who are going to the retirement direction. We know there's a challenge there, but however we are addressing it in terms of partnership. Knowing that Kona might not have full investment products that give you 25% or 30%. However, we could take care of these people who are going to retirement, again, still maintain their dignity in terms of members, savings, and also basically them keeping a bit of their lending capabilities again within the circle. This will come in partnership with insurance partners that we are having discussions with. So members that give you the confidence, yes, that's being worked on, and that actually, through the help of the CEO's office, will actually release some of these products again to them.
Wonderful.
And lots of work will be done around protection.
There's something I keep on hearing, that yes, partnerships is a way to go, of course, where you're limited by law and by licensing, of course. It means regulation, if it limits you to do something up to this level, then you partner with someone else so that they can be able to take your members to the next level. So in short, you're trying to create an ecosystem where as a member of Corner Circle, I don't have to keep on going out, but within this ushirikiano, I already have everything and anything that I need within this circle. That's a great thing. Two things you've mentioned that I'm taking home. 62% are not borrowing. 62%, bado nakulwa because of 100 million inanikula tu. 62% are not borrowing. Now, you've mentioned also that you have 20,000 members. You have a benevolent scheme. How many members have enrolled for the benevolent scheme?
I could say from around 1,500 members have actually enrolled for the benevolent scheme.
So that's...
again, it's African to think that, death is superstitious. But it's a question. It's a question you're asking. The good book says, will eventually all of us end there. Because we don't know at that time. So it's a question for members. When you look at that risk happening, do you want to keep that risk open? Or do you want to ensure that
to transfer it to someone else actually,
because you can't do anything
take care
about
of it.
But someone else can take care of that risk at no extra cost for you. Those funeral issues, at least your loved ones get something that they can sort themselves out at that hard moment. And that's actually disbursed within 48 hours, thanks to a member experience department.
Oh, great. Now that you're talking about member experience, the 1,500 members, 62% who are not borrowing, do you have a threshold of how many members you can have at Corner Circle? Are you limited to you know, 20,000 inaweza pitisha mtu MP. You guys can have a constituency.
Yes.
Now, the question I'm asking is this. Do you have opportunities for growth in terms of membership? And what are we doing about it? The most important, actually, not you. What are you doing about it, you, as the existing member? Have you told your brother to join? Is your sister part of this? Is that colleague that you work with part of this? Or by the way, at the church, at the mosque, temple, do these guys know that you're a member of Corner Circle and you can borrow up to 100 million?
And do you know there's a token when you introduce a member?
For introduction,
imagine.
Yes. Everyone joining from today, I'm earning
500 shillings for any referral.
That's good.
Yeah. And there'll be goodies coming in. Maybe Richmond can speak to it. So when you have referrals. Yeah.
So that principle, because we set ourselves, an ambition of, growing the circle. But we sat down again and said, who is Corner Circle? It's just Corner Circle, the management. It's Corner Circle only the board knows. No. So we actually started, when we realized we reached the 15 billion, we said Corner ni yetu. We built it, we own it, we grow it. Think about it. Even the loans we release to members. The regulator said, no, you cannot release loans to non-members. So who, again, will take and patronize the products? The same members. And the same members want to grow. We are actually at 20,000 members. If 20,000 members, each of them just adds 2 more members. We have moved from 20,000 to 40,000 members. That could happen in a week. Just ask your friend to join the circle. Each of the 20,000 members, we've moved to 40,000. The next week, we ask 2 more. Again, we've moved to 80,000 members. That basically shows you the power of us taking charge of the circle. Now the goodies are there. The short-term goodies, the 500 shillings, that takes care of it. But think about the power of guarantorship. The power of people pulling resources and becoming around that.
Growing others,
Even if you look at, the top credit union, the veteran circle, in the USA, that holds nearly an asset base of nearly trillions. Nearly some of the economies of the African countries. That is money again. Again, I say access.
And
when you look at wealth creation, I think we have to be very practical and pragmatic and say, what is the leverage that we would want to control? So again, it's a question that we ask members. Instead of always, letting that responsibility sit with, yes, it's okay, it's the management responsibility of the board. But have you thought of the benefits of you just bringing your friend? Because what are you doing? You're adding to that 15 billion shillings, moving it to 16 billion. After what does the 16 billion, 17 billion, 18 billion do? It affords capital for you to be able to access. Now the bigger homework becomes, what are we doing with the capital that is there? Are we not having ideas that we could discuss with the circle? As again, we work on our products as well. So it's a collaborative effort for wealth creation.
And also creation of generational wealth. Because if you bring in your relatives, your brother, your sister, you're creating a generational wealth. Whereby, if in case anything happens to you, there's a generation that takes over, that continue. You're able to grow together. You're able to pool resources and be able to invest together. You're able to know that this person can take this loan and the other takes this one. Then what are we going to do? This is our plan. These are the credit that we can access. So not only for guarantors, in terms of also having the 500,000, it's about also the future. What journey are we taking? Are we intentional enough to see when we're starting this journey, what are our plans and how are we going to achieve it? It's basically through this particular pool that you bring in.
I like the number 40. 40,000 members. Let's push this number from 15, 16, 17, 20B. Then let's start talking about accessibility of more funds to our members. Now I want us to do a simple practical example. This is the sound of 20,000. Let us all lift one finger and put it here. This is the sound of 20,000. So let us increase it to 30,000. Add one finger.
Okay.
That's 30,000 members. Members, tunasikia, are we together hapa? Tuko pamoja, pia wewe kidole yako. Increase now to 35.
Okay.
Increase to 37. Now wekelea yote 40. No, hiyo ndio
You can do
kelele,
it.
hiyo ndio inaitwa kelele ya pesa.
Correct.
Pesa ipendi kelele. But I can tell you for sure, hiyo ndio kelele ya
Pesa.
pesa. Because the more we are, the bigger we become, and the bigger the asset base actually becomes. That means accessibility.
Actually, to show you the opportunity that is there, there's a product that the World Bank created specifically around homes. Again, when they were looking at basically poverty reduction, and especially around the housing sector and homes and dignity and all that, they looked and said, how do you roll that product out, and especially to the African economy. So they rolled it again through Kenya Mortgage
Refinancing, KMRC.
And for Kona. That's a product that's available to members at very, very affordable rates.
You guys are part of it. You've partnered.
Yes, we are the first circle to partner with KMRC. This is a financial institution that extends credit to circles and banks. So we are among the first circles that partnered with KMRC. So we disburse our loans at 8.5%, and we have the lowest interest on that bracket because you're not supposed to have a double digit in terms of the KMRC disbursement.
Yeah, that's why I'm shocked. I know.
Kona is at 8.5 for ready houses and 9.5 for commercial houses, up to 10.5 million. We also have an in-house mortgage that you can take up to 30 million at 12%. That is 1% per annum. What else do you need?
Look at that! Look at that camera. There's someone looking at you and they're wondering, are you guys being honest? Ama mnachocha?
Our profile is very clear.
Look at them and tell me.
Our website is very open. It is the truth.
It's the truth.
Yeah, we walk the journey actually.
So these members, when the partners look and the finance, because most circles have actually not embraced that product. But when, again, with the size of Kona in terms of the asset base and the membership base, the leverage that Kona could come and sit with the bigger institutions, the Tier 1 institutions in terms of financing, World Bank, KMRC, we were nearly thought of doing the last mile delivery of capital, nearly similar as a bank. But even for the circle, and especially the size of Kona, could do last mile delivery of that home to the members. Last year alone, we disbursed to members 599 million shillings. That is not okay. That's not even the bigger picture. We settled 72 families, not homes, not individuals. 72 families last year. And that it's a journey that you're keeping on.
Amazing.
Yearly and monthly and daily. So again, to the members who don't have homes and all that, you can check the pricing and see what's the pricing from a commercial point of view, what's the pricing from Kona Circle under this project funded by the World Bank through KMRC as well.
So talk to these guys who are in the diaspora, who are sending money. Unaitishwa ya mabati leo, unaitishwa sijui ya nini. Tell them today that those things that they've been sent for photos za watu ya nyumba zingine. Sometimes you get photos of houses that belong to other people. Then the day you come to Kenya, chocha with your bags. Then you come and find empty space, and the people that you've been sending money to, they are slightly bigger than they were. You can't even recognize them. Kumbe they've been eating your money. They can actually take advantage of this.
Yes. Actually, the safety net that Kona brings to it is that if it's a commercial loan, for example, if you're constructing, from every tranche that is disbursed, our QS has to give us a report that you can be able to release the next tranche. So that gives you a comfort. If you're in diaspora, we're able to share with you the report and see your tranche, the first tranche has been well spent and was well utilized. The next tranche can be disbursed, and this is the progress of your construction. So most members are taking advantage of that, using their contractors, yes, or some even using contractors on our panel. But our QS and the comfort of the circle gives you that clarity and comfort that my project is going on well. We're able to share with you the report and tell you this is the milestone you've been able to achieve. This is what is going on in terms of the construction, and the QS is able to give a guarantee that exactly what is in the structural drawing is what is actually being constructed on ground. So that also comes at a leverage. And we're so proud that you have disbursed right now. We have been able to unlock over 300 rooms, more than 1 billion 1.2 billion has been disbursed to the KMRC mortgages. So that means that members still have an opportunity. So take the advantage of this particular opportunity while it lasts, because you never know tomorrow. So might be the interest rates might be changed. There's a new government coming in. So kindly take advantage and come in and take up the loans that we offer. Yes. We're able also to cover the closing costs, the cost for the evaluation costs, the conveyance costs, and every cost that comes with it. We do up to 105 financing. So it doesn't matter that maybe your concern is that you don't have the evaluation fees, the evaluation fees,
stamp duty.
You are well covered.
Taken care of.
Taken care of.
Up to 105.
Yes.
Less than 2-digit interest.
Yeah, and your savings also cover some of the costs, because if you don't have most the costs for the closing costs, we can also use part of your savings to guarantee a loan to use to cover the closing costs. So that is also an opportunity that members should be aware that is available. Yeah.
In short, what you're saying here, and what I'm hearing, members, is that we have, or we own a lot, but we are not utilizing it very well. So accessibility now is becoming an issue to some of us. And accessibility, like you said, is there at the comfort of my phone. I can actually be able to just download that. Most people, I know, every member has a Corner app. So just get into your app, look at what it is that you require, and immediately start utilizing that which that you own. Accessibility has already been put there. Information is out there. I want to get to your questions. I know that we've elicited a lot of questions and maybe some emotions. Zile za kama mimi ya 100 million. Na zile za atumesema 1 point ngapi? Na 62%, kumbukeni 62. Alafu pia usisahau, we also need how many members? 40,000 members to be on board, so that you can build this home of wealth to become a place of growth and a place that we are proud of each and every day. So I want to get your questions. I don't know what questions have come through, but we'll be looking at them. I want to hear from you. Let's hear from you. Type in your question. Write it in whatever language you can. Nowadays AI is there. We can translate. Kwa watu wa shima kwako, andika tu vile utaandika. Tupate tutakupa. Tutakurecognize. So wherever you are, please, let's get your questions. We'll be answering them live. We have a team at the back end, just making sure that your experience is better, because we have that manage our experience.
Ruth
Atambo.
Yes.
Matata. She will always make sure that things are done and members have a wonderful experience. So let's keep on getting your questions, keep them flowing, whatever comments you have. Keep them flowing, and I can assure you, someone is on standby, ready to respond to you. We are having a lively conversation here, and would love to know what you think about what we've been saying. I know this conversation started by asking you questions first. What would you like us to have in the next episode that you are going to do? So there are questions that have come in fast and furious, and this young one is saying, okay, I have this Inua, I've come in, but here, investment is another jargon. You know, we know how to save, we don't know how to invest. And this one is very specific. And they say that you mentioned that you're going to have more conversations. And the question is, can we have financial literacy as part of the conversations we'll be doing?
So I'll answer that. Yes. This is the journey we've taken. And even for the young one, we'll have this conversation basically on Spotify again, because when people look at member education, like in circles, how it was being done was done very differently. So if you look at how we are doing financial literacy, even as Corner, we use lots of animations. Why do we do those animations? We are comical around it, simplifying the whole process. Simplicity is, genius.
Yeah, exactly.
Telling the story in a very simple way. So even a child can look at that karma and relate to karma. The millennials can look at John 10 and understand the whole process. So savings and investment is a very, very basic principles. So yes, that I would like to encourage that member. That yes, they are saying investment is a very complex issue, but on the right path, since they are saving. First step of investment.
It's a first step.
Save. You can't invest what you don't have. So start to save. After you sell, borrow strategically, as you say, get an asset that can make you earn more money. The asset creates more cash flow. Use the excess of the cash flow to now invest. And that's how you make money when you're sleeping.
So in short, we're saying we're going to do more financial literacy sessions, engage our members, and especially the young ones. Let's speak their language. Let's tell them what is there for them, what is there now, what will be there futuristically, so that they can actually be prepared and have the understanding.
Challenge the member who is can hear Gen Z.
Yes.
Check the TikTok page, which is handled by Gen Z internally. Look at how that financial literacy is happening. And the characters who actually we have at Corner Circle are actually Kenyans have actually fallen in love. One of the most popular video thing that I saw viral, the Gen Z will understand this, was that corner anthem dance. We have the Kama, the Jontes, the Lama, and all that. We're taking financial literacy. These hard concepts. And explaining and telling.
I think we should play it after this. So as we close this live session, I think we should be playing that anthem. And if we missed it from the beginning, we apologize. To those Gen Z tafadhali, we apologize. Samea, but we are going to play it after this.
Another thing we guarantee is that you're going to have a financial literacy for beginners, whereby we can be able to now engage the Gen Zs and be able to educate them on the journey of financial literacy, because most of these literacy journeys or the journey to creating wealth was never taught. So we are trying to create an avenue where we can be able to teach the Gen Zs and the young members who join on what are the small steps
they can do, can take. Okay, wonderful. Okay, I can hear it in my ear, my earpiece. Producer, please, punguzie sauti. There's someone asking, he's very loud, but where are we going strategically? Where do you see us, Judith? What is the strategic trajectory we've taken for Corner Circle? This seems to be, he seems to be a consultant somewhere. These questions only come from such people. Where are we going? Strategically.
Strategically, we are looking at growing our membership, and not only growing our membership, also ensuring that the members we bring in are able to have to own something different from what they own now. So what you're looking at is, one, to have growth in membership, be able to have an impact to our members, because our main goal is to empower members. So we should be able to look and see what value do we add to you. We're also looking at growing our asset base, doubling it from where we are. So in the next, this is our 2028 strategy. Our strategy is ending in 2028, doubling our assets to at least 30 billion. And this translates to more returns to members, being able to access credit to affordable credit to members, improving our liquidity position, our asset base, and so forth. So basically, it's member-centered in terms of our strategies. Member-centered. We focus on what can we do differently to be able to impact the members economically compared to where they are right now.
Okay, great. I'm looking at all these questions, and as we continue, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to all the platforms, all the social media platforms, which go by what name?
Corner Circle.
Corner Circle. Simple. Corner Circle. Ukishindwa kuandika, do this. Circle. Corner Circle. So as we continue, I see, of course, there are people in the diaspora who are asking, do you guys have a call center?
Okay, we have a team working from all the way from 7 to 5. There's another team that picks from 5 all the way to midnight.
Oh, so the call center is open from 7 all the way to midnight. So that actually caters to everyone.
Yes, and even as per strategy, we're looking at going 24 hours in terms of serving members 24 hours.
I call and I talk to someone, not a machine.
Yes.
Wow. So the guys are looking forward to that.
We also have a WhatsApp channel where members can interact. We are able to sell products on the platform, inform members on the products that we are offering, the products that are in promotion, and so forth. So members should also log in and be able to be part of the conversation on the WhatsApp channel.
Oh, great. And this is maybe to all members. For those of you who didn't know, Corner Circle is a futuristic circle. So when you talk about being available out there, from the website to all social media platforms, WhatsApp channel, iConnect is also part of it. So that means you are on X, you're on Facebook. We are on which other one is this? Angoa? TikTok, Instagram, you know, any that you can imagine, they're there. But please, members, for us to also grow our own circle, and even its social media platforms, do you know what you need to do? Like, share,
And
subscribe. Na tuzidi kabisa. So we have quite a number of questions coming through. We will not stop answering all the questions, but a good thing has to come to an end at some point. At some point. But I'm taking home something. You can borrow up to 100 million. Then there is 62%. There is this 62% that is not borrowing for whatever reason. I don't know why. But you guys are not utilizing the accessibility of credit and the assets that you have within this ushirikiano called the Kona Sacco. Then the other thing I'm taking home is this. Generational wealth can actually be built here. This is the home of wealth. This is the home of growth. And remember these parents, I like telling this to parents, that your children, the biggest wealth they'll carry from you, which is generational, is not the money you leave behind for them. It's the habits you show them. Those habits of opening a junior account, those habits of showing them that this is what I've been doing for the last 25 years with Kona Sacco. For the members that have just joined, start that journey and explain to each and everyone around you, this is a journey. You being able to tell them that I brought in Uncle Willie, I brought in Auntie Susan, and together we are all growing. You see this roof over our head? KMRC through Kona Sacco was able to give us this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's what you show them, because habits are caught. They are not taught. Asanteni sana. Thank you, Madam CEO.
Thank you.
And thank you for the wonderful conversation we've had. Richmond, I would have never had any other partner to talk to in terms of marketing and technology and the big ideas that you have. And I know outside this conversation, you normally have conversations. I know the bigger picture you have concerning Sacco. And ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, members of the Kona Sacco, that you have a team that is guided through proper governance. This is your home of wealth.